wanna go.
Big break. How you feeling? You guys have a good day out on the beach? Come on. Mike Howard, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't have any jokes.
That awkward moment when your metronome doesn't work. Let's see. Tell a joke? Let's just play Only King Forever with no click. Ooh. Can you guys clap on tempo? Sing our God. Go.
Our God, my firm foundation, our rock, the only solid ground. As nations rise and fall, kingdoms once strong, now shaken. We trust forever in your name, the name of Jesus.
Yeah, nice. Go. Let's sing this out. Lift our banner up.
We lift our banner high. We lift the name of Jesus. From age to age you reign. Your kingdom has no end. We lift our banner high. We lift the name of Jesus. From age to age you reign. Your kingdom has no end.
I think they deserve another hand. That was awesome. There's nothing like flexing in the moment. I am excited to hear what the Lord has done in and through you guys the last couple days on the beach. So if you've got a story to brag on God, we'd love to hear it. So start lining up on this side and on this side. And after the next song, we'll hear from you. Your love is devoted, like a ring of solid gold, like a vow that is tested, like a covenant of oath. And your love is enduring through the winter rain and beyond the horizon. Mercy for today, faithful you have been, and faithful you will be. Pledge yourself to me, and it's why I sing. Your praise will ever be on my lips, ever be on my lips. Your praise will ever be right, when you come up, give us your name and then tell us what God did. I'll hold the mic. It's the rules.
All right. My name is Aaron. I'm from Miami University. So it was the last people we talked to. It was 3 guys, 1 girl. They weren't sure about their salvation when we showed them the diagram with the throne, and he knew that sin was holding him back. But we were able to tell him the good news of Jesus, and they all recited the prayer, the sinner's prayer at the end.
Woo, that's awesome. Thank you.
So I ran into a guy today, and he was saying that he got reborn 3 times. And oh, by the way, I'm from Crew High School. And he was saying that he got reborn 3 times. And I just knew that no matter what he was saying in that moment, that I had so much faith that God was going to touch him once I left him. So I left him with a KGP. I'm just hoping that he reads that and accepts his life to Christ.
Hi, I'm Daniel from UNL. And, sorry,
No school names. We're trying to get more of you up here.
go Big Red. We talked to these 4 guys, me and my buddy Caleb and David, and 3 of them are getting deployed to Afghanistan next month. And they all said they were raised in the Baptist church, but they kind of all just kind of like neglected their faith since joining the Army. But I went through the gospel with them again.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Josh. With my people here from LU and Piedmont from Virginia. So this is my friend Madeline. We went out evangelizing today, and we encountered this guy Gavin, and he's a professing agnostic, but he said he got a Bible for Christmas, and he's like more interested in getting like into Christianity, and we shared the gospel with him, and he was just really open. So that's awesome. Yeah.
Hi, yeah, I'm Jessie, and we went sharing.
Ryan.
Yeah, and we went sharing with our friend Lane, and we just got to talk to this older girl who grew up in a Catholic school, and since then has kind of really moved away from the faith and like not really sure anymore that Jesus is the way. But she was super open to talking to us, and we got to go and share the whole gospel with her and have just a really in-depth conversation about a lot of things like grace and grace versus works, and like that like you can accept Jesus and not take on like you have to do everything perfectly, and like he wants you where you are. And she just like it was really evident how God was working, and she was saying like maybe I do need to come back to him, and like maybe I want to explore this like a little more, and it was just really cool.
That's really cool. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Austin from Clemson with Matt here, and the 2 of us and another friend of ours, JB, found a group of 6 guys. We're a little unsure at first. It was 6 guys, a big group, and we walked up, and the Lord had just softened their hearts, and they were so receptive and yearning and just listening. And we pulled out the KGP, and they snagged it from our hands, and we went through it page by page with them, and they listened the whole time. We offered to pray with them, and 4 of them said the sinner's prayer with us, and it was just so encouraging to see God's work in such a big group of people and our hearts and confidence, and it's just really encouraging. So,
I'm Mike.
And I'm Christina.
We're out here from University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Today we were sharing on the beach. We came across this group of 5 people. They were playing volleyball. We just thought we'd go up to them and ask them. We were using the question survey, and we got to the last question, and I just asked them, on a scale from 1 to 10, how sure are you that you're going to heaven when you die? And I got a lot of 5s and 6s and 7s, so I asked, well, why that? And one girl said she just had a lot of questions. The other guy said he's only 18, so he knows he's going to screw up a lot in his life. And there's one other response, but I don't remember what it was. So anyway, we shared the gospel with them, and we got to the last page with the 2 circles and asked, well, where do you fit in? And the one guy was like, oh, I'm in the right circle, bro, like for sure, we're all good. And the other girl who had a lot of questions, she was like, well, I'm kind of in the middle. So I asked her, well, what circle do you want to be in? And she said, definitely the right. So I just told her, you can accept that gift right now through prayer, and do you want to pray with me right now? And she said, yeah. So we started to pray, and all 5 of them prayed the prayer together. And yeah, it was amazing.
That's cool.
Okay. I'm Elena, and this is my friend. I'm Hannah. We're with Baltimore Crew, and yesterday we
I realized that I lost my phone a half mile behind us. So we went back for it and found it. And we were like, okay, well, I guess God sent us back in this direction for a reason, so let's go find out what it is. And so we came to this guy that was sitting on the shore with his dog. And he was kind of taken aback as we went up to him. And he was like, actually, you caught me while I was meditating. But if you want to join me, you're welcome to. And we both kind of looked at each other and we were like, well, okay. And so we just sat and prayed for him for like 20 minutes as he was meditating. And it led to a really cool conversation. He had previously been a Christian, but had a lot of misconceptions about the church. And so we kind of got to clear some of those up with him and just have an open conversation about religion. And it was really cool. And I think God used that to kind of bring him to the next step in his faith. So, yeah.
We were walking on the beach, and then we prayed, and we're just like, hey, God, like, we don't care if it isn't just one conversation, but help us to, like, use our testimonies and just have a really good conversation. And so right after, we met these two girls. They're high school girls from Wisconsin. One of which is they're both seniors, and one of them's going to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, who just shared. So we told them, like, hey, that's really cool. They're at the conference with us. And so learned that they're from a Catholic faith background, really against the church because their parents forced them to go. But it was a really great conversation. Went through the whole KGP. They really learned about, like, who Jesus was and, like, that they can have a personal relationship with him. And really got to, like, weave our testimonies in there as well. So we're just praying for them, that they will say yes one day. But yeah, it was a really awesome start.
Yeah, and actually I just remember at the end of our conversation that I had prayed before I came on this trip and asked God specifically to reveal people that I needed to talk to, and I just felt like he told me that I talked to two girls, a blonde and a brunette, and I totally forgot about that till afterwards, and it was just like an answer to my prayer, so it was really cool.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Hi, I'm Sammy.
And I'm David.
So today we did the snapshot cards with two girls from Alabama. And the one picture she picked out was a car smashed by a tree. And I was like, oh, why'd you pick that? Her hometown was actually hit by the tornadoes this past week, like devastated, took down everything. So we asked if we could pray for them. So we sat there and prayed with them. And they were just so thankful. They're like, you don't even know how much we needed this.
Hi, I'm Mariana, and this is Paige.
Hi.
Sorry. But we're from Miami, and we had the wonderful opportunity to talk to a woman named Viviana about spiritual things yesterday. And after realizing there was kind of a language barrier, we actually got to go through the KGP with her in Spanish, and that was really cool. And we asked her what she believed in, and she said that she believed that the important thing was to give good energy back into the world. And I took that opportunity to tell her that I also believe that, but I believe that after Jesus, because first Jesus is like our Savior, and then second, you should put good energy into the world, but you should do that in order to glorify him. And I think that really resonated with her. And when we got to the prayer at the end, I said that I was going to read it in English and that she could read it with me if she wanted to. And she said, my English is very bad and I cannot read very well, but I will mean it. And it was really cool just seeing her coming to Christ.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel from University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and this is Nathan right here. So we were actually at Destin yesterday, and it was really windy, actually. So we were actually talking to a group of guys, and we were using these snapshot cards, and it was kind of chaotic because we told them it was a social experiment. So they're like, oh my God, social experiment, everybody come here. So we're like, okay. So then we went through it, and it was pretty good. And then we transitioned to the KGP by asking them, like, what's your relationship with God from 1 to 10? And then they're like, 5 or 7. And I'm like, I can get you to a 10 out of 10 right now. And yeah, so then we went through the KGP, and then they were tracking really well. And then we prayed with them, and then 4 of them accepted Jesus into their hearts. And then we got their numbers, so yeah. Yeah.
This is weird. Hi, I'm Emily.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're from Salisbury. So today we got to talk to a lady. We don't remember her name, but we remember her cat's name, which was Audrey. So we're going to call her by her cat's name, Audrey. But basically, we saw her sitting alone on the beach, and we were kind of just called to go talk to her. So we kind of prayed before.